The Miami Marlins are breaking records, but not the good ones. They are the first team to start 0-7 and then 0-8 in a season after making the postseason the previous year. They could just not finish out and win. They have lost through blowing saves, losing in extras, blowing leads, low score losses, blowout losses, and even high scoring losses. It's honestly pretty impressive how many different ways they have lost through 8 games. The Marlins might be cursed to start the season. Not only are they losing games, but they are losing players. Sandy Alcantara, as we know, is out most of the year, if not the whole year. And it gets even worse for them. Now his young star pitcher, Yuri Perez, has just had to get Tommy John and will miss some serious time. Now, they definitely will not go the elusive 0-162, but they could enter some territory that has not been touched for a long, long time. The last time we saw such bad starts was in 2016 when the Twins and Braves started these seasons 0-9. The current AL and NL records for worst starts to a season is the Orioles in 1988 starting off 0-21. And the 1997 Cubs started 0-14. I do not expect the Marlins to even reach 0-10 or let alone touch anywhere close to these records. The roster they have is playoff caliber and they will figure it out. But 0-8 at the time of this video is a terrible, terrible start. They have lost 7 at home and 1 on the road. While I do not think they will go on that historic losing streak, the schedule upcoming will not be the easiest, and I'll tell you why. They have 2 more games against St. Louis, then after that they have 3 against the Yankees, then after that they have 3 against Atlanta, then 3 against the Giants, then 4 against the Cubs, and 3 more against Atlanta. That is a very, very tough stretch of baseball. But I mean, it's not going to be all too bad because after that tough stretch of 18 games, they have 10 in a row against the Nationals, Rockies, and A's. One thing that is true is the Marlins could really bury themselves during this 18-game stretch, and I do believe, even though it's early on, since you start off 0-8, this is now becoming make-or-break territory these upcoming 18 games. If you could just stay afloat, get the record a little more even towards 500, I think you'll be fine. I feel really bad for Jake Burger. He is on an absolute tear to start this year off. He is batting .355 with 2 homers and 10 RBIs and only 31 at-bats. He is certainly not the issue. One guy in a team sport will not win you games daily. The issue, 2 players on the entire team have an average above .260, those being Jake Burger and Tim Anderson. Anderson's only batting .267, so it's not like he's on fire. But every other qualified hitter on the team is batting below .230, including batting chap Luis Arraez, who's hitting an abysmal .188. Burger has a solid .981 OPS, but following the trend, it gets real scary. Every hitter besides Burger has a sub .690 OPS. Not only are they not hitting the ball, they are not hitting the ball hard. They are also not pitching the ball well at all. Their staff ranks 27 out of 30 teams in ERA with a disgusting .576. They have allowed the 3rd most earned runs and the 2nd most total runs. The staff is bottom 5 in the league in homers allowed, hits allowed, walks allowed, and whip. 2 pitchers on the entire staff have a sub-3 ERA. The trend continues where a few guys show up and perform, but they get weighed down from terrible play from the rest of the squad. This is one of those oddball occasions where the team as a whole just is completely in a slump. The season is not 8 games, so I think they will be fine. They have 154 games to get it together and start getting some wins. If not, the Miami Marlins might have to do a soft reset and trade some assets off to get ready for next season. But I do think they will figure it out. The roster is good, and they are just very unlucky in a massive team slump. They have an off day today on April 5th, and I think they'll get together and figure something out. I'm going to predict that they beat the Cardinals, and they end their streak, and they go to 1-8. I know, 1-8, but 1-8 is better than 0-9, right? The X factor to me has to be Luis Arraez. You're batting 188 after being the batting champion. You were in 400 batting average territory. It's a very early sample size, and I just know that all his stats, everything he is capable of, he's just having a down start. He's only had about 30 up plate appearances. Arraez will figure it out. He's a very, very good hitter, and once he gets it going, I think the rest of the guys will too. But anyways, most of the players on the roster are better than the stats say, and the sample sizes are all very small, and they have a lot of opportunity to be built on. Most of these guys only have 30-plus at-bats. The Marlins will be fine if they get through this next tough stretch of 18 games. If not, they're probably done. Comment your thoughts on the Marlins skid and what you think they'll finish at. Thank you for watching, and make sure to subscribe if you enjoyed. I'll see you guys later.